decision. Paige VanZant versus Britain Hart. The bell in round number 1. Black and pink for Paige VanZant. Black and orange for Britain Hart. Hart setting up on the outside. Early walk down pressure, playing off of the jab. High and tight for Paige VanZant. Big uppercut from the half tie plump for Paige VanZant. Britain Hart to the body with the right hand, now to the head. Strong turn from Paige VanZant.
You can tell right now how strong Paige VanZant is.
Hands up, ready?
Quick separation from Dan Mergliato, right back to it. Britain Hart sticking out the jab. See the lateral movement from Paige VanZant. Just missing with the right cross.
Still a little bit of a feeling out process right now, Sean.
Hands high and tight for Paige VanZant. Stepping out, stepping right back in. Off the one again goes Britain Hart. Hart keeping a high, tight striking guard, running in with the right hook. Again stepping out. VanZant pulling back the right hand. 3-punch, now 5-punch combination.
And I like that. As soon as Paige VanZant landed a couple good punches, Hart fired right back.
Hart continuing to throw her jab. 35 seconds remaining, round number 1.
Paige is doing a good job of keeping constant movement right now. She's not giving Britt Hart the ability to just kind of come right at her and throw those 1-2s.
1-2 misses. The 2 was to the body for Britain Hart. Definitely eluding that punch. Britain Hart said she would not be intimidated. She does not look intimidated at all. Stepping in goes Britain Hart. The right hand lands in the pocket. VanZant now stepping in, another right hand, the left jab just before the bell from Britain Hart. And we move to round 2. Paige VanZant first up to the scratch line, round number 2.
I think they're going to open up a little bit more now that they've felt each other's power. They know, okay, I can deal with this.
Using the rangefinder jab, right hand lands from Paige VanZant, right back out. Overhand right again from Paige VanZant. Hart going right back to the jab. Long and straight is the jab of Britain Hart.
She's utilizing that reach advantage she has. She has a few inches. She's trying to do what she can to stay on the outside and land those long jabs.
Straight 1-2 from Britain Hart.
She's in stalk mode right now. She's just following Paige VanZant.
Stalking indeed and cutting off the ring is Britain Hart. Lateral movement from Paige VanZant. Good left hook from VanZant. That landed flush. Hart right back to the jab. 70 seconds remaining, round number 2. Hart to the body. Half tie plumb held by Paige VanZant. This is where she feels she will really dominate in this fight.
You know, but not so much. She grabbed the tie plumb right there, but it's Britain Hart who's throwing the body punches right now.
Those are big shots landing to the body from Britain Hart.
Paige is just holding on right now. She's got to learn how to use those punches in there.
Active clinch, that's why Dan Mergliato is allowing it. Now the inactivity, the quick break, right back to it with 40 seconds remaining, round number 2. Extremely even in our main event thus far between Paige VanZant and Britain Hart. Right cross from VanZant.
And I know we've talked about this before. This being her first fight, sometimes it takes you a minute to get your legs out of there. It takes a minute for your eyes to see what's really going on.
That right hand landed from Hart.
Very nicely.
VanZant now trying to do the walk down with the forward pressure. Counter left hand, right hand did not get through from Britain Hart. That left hand in. VanZant again with the lateral movement. Moving backwards, right to the body just before the bell as we end round number 2.
Total line, knuckle up.
The call of knuckle up from Dan Mergliato, and it's VanZant moving forward first off of the scratch line.
I think she feels a sense of urgency right now. I think she's not liking the way that last round went.
Counter on the right hand from Hart. Hart with the shot to the body. VanZant firing back with the right hand.
Stay sharp, beautiful.
VanZant off of the jab, that landed flush. Our punch stat numbers through round number 2.
A lot of punches being thrown by both girls. It seems like even though Paige has thrown a few less, he's landed one more.
VanZant said Straight punches from the mid-range. She's setting up in the mid-range now.
I'd like to see Paige double up on that jab to work her way in more. She's having trouble with that distance. She can't land that right hand, so he needs to get a little bit closer.
VanZant again snatching the single collar tie, the half tie pluck. There's the uppercut from Britain Hart on the counter. The turn from Paige VanZant. The break the restart ordered by Dan Mergliotta. The fighter center of the ring, VanZant moving forward. Hart now working off of the back foot. Stepping in with the three-punch combination. Hart lands the right hand. VanZant firing back with the left. Now Britain Hart to the body. This is a very even, very competitive fight.
Very impressed with Britain Hart on the clinch. She wants this so bad. They're clinching up, and she's the one doing the damage in the clinch.
Separate. Hands up, ready? Knuckle up.
Hands high and tight for Paige VanZant. Slipping that jab. VanZant, the mouse under her left eye is popped. Overhand right lands from Hart. VanZant the pressure. That's a clever turn from Britain Hart as we end round number 3.
Man, and the one doing the damage, the one landing the power punches is Britain Hart right now. She's really stymied.
Slight smear of blood under the left eye of Paige VanZant. That mouse popped under her eye. Left side of her face, round number 3. Into round number 4 we go.
Now Paige is the one who's doing the stalking. She's mirroring her opponent's hips right there, trying to stay in front of her.
Forward pressure again from Britain Hart. With the jab on the entry. Half tie pluck. Trying to use her physicality now is VanZant. Hart with the overhand right looking to turn. Quick break from Dan Mergliotta.
She's getting inside there, but she's not doing any damage when she's pushing her around. She's pushing her, but she's not landing punches as well.
80 seconds remaining, round number 4. Good right hand on the uppercut from Britain Hart.
I feel like Paige, when she's coming in, she's kind of pulling out at the same time. She's not committing to that overhand right.
Hart now bleeding out of her left nostril. Blood on the face of both fighters. Lateral movement from Paige VanZant. Cutting off the ring is Britain Hart.
Brit's doing a fantastic job right now of cutting off the ring. She's not letting her opponent get away.
If Hart had any self-doubt, it is evaporated in this fight.
She hasn't shown 1 ounce of it the entire night.
That right hand landed on the arm. But those cannon usually are effective punches in bare knuckle.
Absolutely. If you hit somebody enough in the arm, they're not going to be able to throw that right hand.
Turn around, come back. Ready? Knuckle up.
30 seconds to go, round 4. It's VanZant coming forward from the center of the ring. Then off the jab, there's the right cross. Hart, a big right hand. That turned the head of Paige VanZant. Closing stages, round number 4 of our main event.
Fantastic job of keeping her right at the end of those punches.
Paige VanZant versus Britain Hart, and we will move to the 5th and final round.
Oh, great.
5th and final round of our main event. It's Hart first off the scratch line, working the jab, setting the range.
I mean, Paige really has to have a sense of urgency right now. Come in and try and do something to change the pace of this fight.
Right hand landing from Britain Hart over the top. Again, you see the stalking forward pressure from Hart and the lateral movement from Paige VanZant.
I mean, Paige needs to come in if she wants to try and win this fight. She can't just continue to stay on the outside. The person doing the damage seems to be Britt Hart.
Left hand on the entry, right hand on the exit. That was effective for VanZant.
But I mean, look at the tenacity right now of Britt Hart. Every time she gets hit, every time you think Paige might be able to mount some kind of a comeback, she can't.
Tenacity indeed, and it's Hart continually throughout this fight as she's doing here, throwing to the body, bombing to the body of VanZant as VanZant holds the half tie plug.
And she's just pushing her backwards. We kept talking about Paige being the stronger person. It does not appear that way.
Big right hand. Now the uppercut from Paige VanZant. An eruption from this sold-out Tampa, Florida crowd.
Ready? Back up.
Stretch drive now of our main event. 40 seconds remaining. VanZant most definitely sensing the urgency. Big right hand in the left from Paige VanZant. Now the uppercut to right hand, the left hand. Her best sequence of this fight.
That's
Blood
exactly
all over
what
the
she needs
face
to
of
keep
Bret
doing.
Hart.
Good comeback right there from Bret Hart.
To the inside, the bell, the end of our main event. Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for one amazing main event. After completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Michael Ross, Alexander Levin, and James O'Connor are all in agreement at 49-46 for your winner by unanimous decision, Britain 4.0
Bret Hart finds glory in the biggest moment of her life.
Man, you got to be happy for her right here. She wanted this so bad. She wanted the fight. She did whatever she could to get it, and she came out and she really put it on the line and performed well.